Good morning, everyone. It is 8:16 a.m. Central Standard Time. As usual, my name is Chris Solora, founder of Simple Renko Trading. So, good thing we've kind of kept that logarithmic regression in the back of our mind, especially on days like today and yesterday as well, because you can see very clearly that that bearish backdrop, that bearish momentum, is still the Bears still have a pretty tight grip on this market. As you can see, just in this area here, you can see this Hull average, this blue Hull average crossing below and holding below. And this is not looking too pretty for the Bulls. Not going to say that they're completely out. They are kind of still, at least right now, if I were to take a snapshot of the market right now, they're holding up those lows right there. So we're just going to have to see what happens today. It's very possible for the Bears to drop it down in here, deeper into this area, and then we get a lift. Maybe not that much of a lift. Who knows? We're just going to have to see if these bulls really want to hold up this area. As you can see, this roughly like call it the 33 to 30,000 area. As you guys can see, just get a box out here. As you guys can see, this area has been held up by bulls previously. Now, I'm under the impression that as price approaches a level and sits around a level, if a price, it's like knocking on a door, right? If a price continues to hit a level, it's like battering that door down. Um, but there is still a possibility for a bullish bounce from here. I think it's a lower possibility, but I don't ever want to write off the bulls until I absolutely know, okay, look, like it's, say goodnight. I don't think we're in say goodnight territory just yet. But price has been down here many times before, so don't get too optimistic, you guys, about Bitcoin pushing to new all-time highs from here. Yeah, it's a great buy at this price. I mean, we're, off of a all-time high of 65,000. So yeah, I mean, it's a good price. I mean, you're getting a 50% discount. Um, but don't just, let your expectation not be that you're just going to buy it and then it's just going to, go to the moon from here. Probably has to cool off a little bit. So I think it'd be helpful now to just kind of look at, just as a reminder, look at some of our zones, some of our areas that we've got our eyes on as to where those significant bulls might be. So right here, as you can see, this is the bottom of our range. But now if we break out of this range, you guys, I am for sure going to be looking at prices below this low. Do you see how well this low over here corresponds to these lows over here? So should it be any surprise, you guys, that when price comes back into an area where we saw support, we have support. Now, what happens is, well, I should say, what happens if this low gets blown out? This is the one that's kind of holding up this range right here. This low is so incredibly significant. Now, if this low gets broken, I'm going to be looking down below this low, looking in the past. So I spent a lot of time looking at the left side of the chart, you guys, and looking for areas where price made a really big move. So the first one that I'm seeing is down in here. This is around 25,000. This is the first one that I'm seeing. And I'm not just going to buy that level verbatim. I'm not just going to put a buy order in there and just buy at 25,000. There's going to be some analysis that's going to take place as we're approaching that level, just to see if, the stars align. That's the first one that I see down there. And the next one that I see within this rectangle here in the past is, you can see price can get all the way down to this 20,000 level. I know that seems very far-fetched at the moment for a lot of people, but it's very possible. Um, I've got these two levels in mind. Okay, 25,000. I don't like this one. I don't like this one as much, just because you can see how many candles there are. Price did spend a lot of time there. Um, Price did spend a lot of time there, so it might wind up eventually cutting through it. But anyway, this one though, as you can see, there's just a couple days there, just 1, 2, 3 days there, and then two explosive moves. It lines up very well with a very significant number. Um, 20,000. I mean, you guys, 20,000 is right there. 20,000 is right there. It's not an exact science, but it's close enough. So I like the lower level a lot better. But if we were to break out of this range, which we, just the way that price is acting right now, um, it's possible. It's possible. I don't want to say when it's going to happen, or it's going to happen for sure, but it's Bitcoin is looking it's looking quite bearish. It's looking quite bearish with the averages. Even with this MFI, it's got room to go before we're really oversold. So it's got room to fall if it needs to. Again, but I will say, don't ever write the bulls off too soon, because demand can come in at any time, and all of a sudden we could be at the bottom of this range and prices can move higher. So I just want to leave an open mind for anything. But right now, taking a snapshot of the market right now, it looks as though the bears are in pretty significant control. So that's really it. That's what I'm looking at. As you can see, most of the market is down. There's a couple outliers. Cosmos here. This is interesting, looking like a possible head and shoulders formation going on here. Okay. So there are some outliers, you guys. It's not like I feel bad. Sometimes I'm just only commenting on crypto. I'm only commenting on Bitcoin. I never make any comments on anything else. So sorry about that. But yeah, there's some outliers here. I mean, Atom looking like a possible inverse head and shoulders. Need some confirmation though. I don't want to just jump right in. Ethereum, my goodness, how could I not look at this one? Ethereum again. Ethereum's looking pretty bearish too. But Ethereum, you can see that there is some demand a little further down that came in around here. So we'll have to see what happens on Ethereum down here. These are my lines. These are the charts that I trade from. So I got lines and alerts all over the place. Sorry about that. XRP, I mean, just kind of, brutal range. XRP does have room to fall. Litecoin, don't know if you guys are out there trading Litecoin. Again, another brutal range. Room to fall. Cardano, oh my goodness, room to fall here. Um, I mean, this looks very bearish. You can just see clearly head and shoulders formation. This shoulder, this would be a shoulder, massive head formation here, and just massive. It just looks as though price is having a harder time piercing to those new all-time highs. And this makes sense because when we see what Bitcoin is doing, these markets are so highly correlated with Bitcoin. Um, it only makes sense that some of these other alts are also struggling. Doge, I mean, forget it. Just get rid of all your Doge. Just sell your Doge. Um, I mean, this is just say goodnight. I mean, we do still have some demand down here. Okay, we got a nice, couple days out of there. So we'll have to see when we get down to 19 cents. We'll see what kind of demand lies down there. But Doge not looking too hot. Puppy's taking a beating. Uniswap. Um, Uniswap again, looking pretty bearish. I mean, most of the market looks bearish, you guys, because look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is looking quite bearish. Get back to our Bitcoin here without all the lines, even though there are a ton of lines in this one. So yeah, anyway, I mean, we're looking bearish, but again, don't ever want to write the bulls off too soon. Demand can come in here and we can see higher prices, but right now, taking a snapshot of the market, not really looking too hot for Bitcoin and even some of the other alts, even though there are some other outliers out there that may see some bullish prices and go against the grain. So that's that. Thank you as always for checking in. Thank you for being faithful and following. Three-dimensional trading is it's course material that I'm preparing to launch. I've got to find a platform that's going to work for classes. I've got to actually put the curriculum together. But three-dimensional trading, it's how to keep your trading simple. It's a course that I'm developing, and I want to kind of keep class sizes small, and I want to basically be able to give my knowledge and attention to a smaller group of people and like really answer the questions that you guys have more so than I can on a live stream here on TradingView, or somewhere else. So stay tuned for that. That's three-dimensional trading. You can check it out at the Patreon. Um, Actually, I should say there's nothing regarding that on the Patreon yet, but you can sign up as a patron there. $10 a month, you'll get class pass, so you will get access to those classes. Those classes are only going to be offered to those people who do sign up and become a patron. So sign up, become a patron, and then when the classes are ready to be launched, we can get in a classroom together, and I can take you guys through these things on a much deeper, a much more focused level for those of you guys who really want to learn how to trade. So that's what I got. Thank you as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.